Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Danny, this is TechRage, and we're going to be talking about Ubuntu Make, your all-in-one repository for downloading the latest and updated developer tools for front-end developers, back-end developers, Android developers, and I'm going to be showing you guys how to install Android Studio through this repository. Without any further ado guys, let's get into it. Now guys, before we get into the installation process for installing the PPA and installing Android Studio through the PPA, I first want to talk about what exactly is Ubuntu Make. What exactly is this project? Now, this is being developed and maintained by Canonical, as well as they have a lot of community members that help out in the development of it. Now, let's read from here. Ubuntu Make is a command line tool which allows you to download the latest versions of popular developer tools on your system, installing it alongside all of the required dependencies, which will only ask for root access if you don't have them installed already, enable multi-arch on your system if you are on a 64-bit machine, and integrate them with your desktop environment. Basically, one command to get your system ready to develop with. It is one PPA for most of your developer environments and developer tools. So it is highly convenient for a number of reasons, and I'm going to explain why. Let's go with the first one. Say you're a developer and you need Visual Studio Code. You need the latest version running on your system, which is Linux, I hope. Well, otherwise Ubuntu Make wouldn't really help. You need the latest version, right, because of a specific feature, or maybe there was a recent update that fixed a bug that now allows you to do something that you've been needing to do. Well, this repository helps and makes sure that you have the latest version. Now, not only are you getting the latest version, but you're also getting the latest version that has been tested for stability, making sure that everything is up and running for your convenience. Now, not only you're getting the latest version of the software, you're also getting a stable piece of software. So that is really important, because you want to spend the least amount of time worrying about making sure you have all your dependencies set, that you have this, you have that, you just want to make sure that you can go and continue doing your work. Or say you're a new user, maybe you're an aspiring developer, maybe you just started college. You want to know what's the easiest way for you to install the latest version of some of these software. Now, this would make it a lot more convenient, because now this goes into reason 2. Now, especially for new users, right, but also for developers, so this goes into cutting down time as well. You don't need to go through the stress of downloading a tarball or downloading a zip file and extracting it, creating a .desktop application entry so that you can have it running on your start menu, depending on what distribution you're running, and so on and so forth, and hooking up the icon. And you see, because that requires some time. Now, it's not complicated, and pretty much anyone can do it. But for the people who don't really want to think about that, who want to take one last step from doing something like that and just being able to get to where they need to go, this definitely is the option for you. No longer do you need to extract a tarball. Now you can hook up this PPA, and now you can download that piece of software directly to your system. So a few of these software that kind of follow that are Android Studio and Visual Studio Code, which are two big pieces of software that are cross-platform and that are being developed on highly. There are also other developer environments too that this supports. So whether you're a front-end developer, a back-end developer, Android developer, as I stated, Android Studio, but also for Golang Rust, Scala, or Swift developer runtime or Swift developers, well, now this makes it a lot more convenient for you. Also, there is a GitHub page for the Ubuntu Make repository. I'll be leaving that down below as well. And for your convenience, I did create a post for this video. So you have steps, you have some information about what it's about, and then you have the steps as to how to hook up Ubuntu Make to your Ubuntu-based distributions, as well as installing Android Studio through Ubuntu Make. Also, I included the Ubuntu Make Wiki page, so that'll be down below too, as well as on my post on my website, which is tech-rage.net. Under development, I've been sidetracking a few things regarding that and regarding another project I wanted to do, which was called iCandy Linux, but I'll be getting to that soon. Without being sidetracked, within a recent update, they actually now included Ubuntu Make as a snap package. So if you're a person that likes snap packages, that uses snap packages for the convenience of it, well, now it's even easier, because now you can directly install it to your system. So whether you are on Arch based distributions, this goes for Manjaro, if you're on Ubuntu based distributions such as Elementary OS, Linux Mint, sorry about that, yeah, now you can download it directly there. So this makes it even more convenient without having to even manually input the PPA. But if you're a person that doesn't want to depend on snap packages, well, then you can use this PPA and it's still working just fine right here. So I'm going to be following the web page. If you want to open it up now, feel free to do so, and let's get into the installation process. So you want to make sure you have your terminal open. So let me open that up right now. So I have my terminal open. I'm doing this on Elementary OS. So this will work for any Ubuntu based distributions. And as I stated before, this is available through snap packaging. So you can access this on Arch distros as well, and any other distro that has snap packages available for it. You also want to make sure that you have the post open, because this is where I'll be getting the code from, so you can follow along. Alright, so the first one's pretty simple. First, what we need to do is install Ubuntu Make itself. So let's go by adding the first PPA, paste anyway. Yes, so I copied the number one step here. Now I want this to go by a lot more faster, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a space followed by 2 ampersands, and then I'm going to execute this as well. So what this will do is that, for the new users out there, this will go about installing the PPA onto my system, followed by, once it's done doing this part, it'll do an update on the system. And lastly, you know what, I'll just do that for now. Okay, so now you want to press enter. You want to enter in your password and press enter. So now it's going through the process of hooking it up, and then it will be updating. And actually it did both already. Nice. So last thing we want to do is install Ubuntu Make. So we want to copy the third step here, paste it into our terminal, press enter, and then we want to select Y. And there we go. So now we have Ubuntu Make on the system. Now we can see that we have Ubuntu Make on our system by typing in umake, and there we go. So now we know we have it on our system. Now the next and last step to do is to install Android Studio from Ubuntu Make. So what we want to do is copy this part here. So we're going to run this in sudo. So sudo umake Android. So the umake is letting it know that it's going to be grabbing it from there instead of doing an apd-install, apt install. You'll be doing umake for any of the software coming from Ubuntu Make. So yeah, umake Android. I can call it Android Studio after this, but Android is fun for this. I would just call it Android Studio, at least for my preference, so that I can just let it know that I want to organize it a bit better. But it doesn't matter. You can just do umake Android, click enter, make sure you have your password typed in, and then it says here choose installation path. That path is just fine for me. Click enter. Now you get the agreement, the Google agreement. So if you're used to installing the software manually, downloading it from the website, you'll be shown this agreement to just in a more application standard form. So it's basically the same exact thing. So you want to accept the terms. The way you do that, you have to press A here. Press A, and then enter. Now downloading and installing requirements. Now this may take some time because it is a big file. It is a big program, so it may take some time. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to mute my microphone so I can give you a live timing of the installation process. It took about 6-7 minutes worth, but the installation is done. It's set. Now let's verify and make sure that it's up and running just fine. So I'm going to launch it right now. Android Studio. You see it appears now on my start menu. There we go. Now we got the initial screen. Do I want to import my settings from a custom location? I'm going to have I do not have a previous version. Okay. Now we're seeing here it's running. Okay. Click next. I'm going to do a standard install for now. Okay, that's fine. TechRage system run Android emulation, accelerated performance. Okay, that's good. Okay, now it is downloading the rest of the components for the software. So now we can see the download here, but now it's showing you that it's running up just fine. I'm going to continue having it load so you can get a live interpretation of how it's working and making sure that everything's working just fine before you actually try it out yourself. So I'll be right back. can finally create a new Android Studio project. I'm gonna call this test project for now. Click next. I want to do for iPhone and tablet, sure. Okay, I'm gonna be building on top of 5.0 Lollipop. Blah, blah. Click, it's done here. Good. Click next. Now I can choose the template that I want to start off of. Let's do something very basic for now. Next. Main activity. I'll just leave it as such for now. And now it is creating it. It's building it currently. And so now you see, guys, that this is up and running just fine. And you see, so it popped up. We got the tip of the day. Close this, and right here it's still indexing it. So I'm gonna give it a bit more time. And here we go, guys. So that is Android Studio on Linux. See, now I have every tool at my disposal. And that's it. That's it, guys. That's it. So get developing. It's a great resource to have. You know, it's something that you don't really have to think about. You know, you just install it once, and as long as you remember that you have it in case you need to install some type of software that Ubuntu Make actually does have, well, you know, make sure you install it through the umake command. Now, from what I saw on the web page, it supports over 50 different development environments, so yeah, this caters to a wide variety of developers. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have any questions down below. I've been using this PPA now for quite some time. I'd say a good year on different distributions every now and then, and it's always worked great for me. I've had no issue on the program whatsoever, and yeah. So I hope you guys liked the video. Leave comments down below. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys in the next video.